Hey guys, it's Coach Kathy. Welcome back to my kitchen, and we're going to do one of my all-time favorite snacks. If you are even a little bit familiar with the low-carb world, you've probably heard of the Chaffle, which stands for cheese waffle. Now, these can be very heavy sometimes. A lot of people don't like them because they can be eggy or too bread-like. Some people like them to be bread-like so that they can use them for hamburger buns. But I basically just like them as a giant Cheez-It cracker. And to me, the crunchier, the better. And I've tried a few different recipes, and my favorite one is actually by the Keto Twins. And they're here on YouTube if you want to go check out their channel. This is not my recipe. This is theirs, so I want to give credit where credit's due. But it's a very easy recipe, and we're just going to make it right now. But it does have to be done in a certain order, and there are a few ingredients, but there are substitutions too. So their recipe is for 1 egg white, 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, and it's the shredded kind, 2 tablespoons of almond flour or lupin flour, and a half a teaspoon of xanthan gum. I have done almond flour and I've done lupin flour. I do prefer the lupin flour. It definitely makes it a little bit crispier, but if all you have is almond flour, that's fine. Now, I do get asked, do you have to use the xanthan gum? So the answer is no, you don't have to. But when xanthan gum is used in low-carb recipes, it's just providing that kind of soft, pillowy, it just makes it a little more bread-like, or it can also make it more crispy. So this is a little bit of molecular gastronomy here, though. Once it binds with water, it can get kind of slimy and gum up. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our 1 cup of cheese in first. Now, their recipe calls for mozzarella. I like half and half. I like half cheddar. So I'm doing a half a cup of cheddar and then half mozzarella. It always amazes me how so many low-carb recipes use cheese and it ends up being very bread-like. So today I'm going to do one more thing for some flavor and to crisp it up a little bit more too. I'm just going to add probably a tablespoon or so of Parmesan cheese because I love the flavor of that. Now, for your basic chaffle recipe, you actually can, if you omitted the Parmesan cheese and you only used mozzarella, you can make this sweet. You can add some Swerve or some Splenda or some monk fruit or some Truvia or some erythritol, and you can add some cinnamon or some pumpkin pie spice. This can be sweet very quickly. I've even seen chocolate chaffles with a kind of whipped cream filling that you can sandwich between and make like a giant Oreo. There are so many versatile ways to use this. But I'm going savory, salty, crunchy today. And for that reason, I'm going to add everything bagel seasoning. So this is going to give us some onion and some garlic, and you'll probably get poppy seeds in your teeth, but it's worth it because it tastes so good. So I'm just combining that too. I'm just using my hands. Now here's the part where you have to do this in order. We're going to do the lupin flour first, and that's 2 tablespoons. Some things I just eyeball, but especially with expensive ingredients like this, I do measure just so we're not wasting it. And we're going to toss that to combine, and we just want to make sure there's a little bit of powder coating all of those pieces of the shredded cheese. And then we're going to go in with our half teaspoon of xanthan gum. And this is available at Walmart, Bulk Barn. This really isn't a specialty ingredient anymore, probably because of the popularity of low-carb diets. So I'm just tossing that through. If we would have put in the egg white first and then dumped the xanthan gum on top, it would have made a big ball and it would have gotten really gross. But I think that's a fairly homogeneous mixture. So I'm just going to put 1 egg white in, and you're going to think there's no way that this can cook and that this is going to work because it seems so dry. But trust the process. I was skeptical at first too, but it really is good. And this makes a few. This is going to make about 4 chaffles, depending on how thick you put your batter in. If you really want a crispy cracker, like, you could probably get 6 out of this and just not put so much in. So what this gets cooked in, you can use any waffle maker. I am using the Nostalgia brand's Mini Dash. And another trick that the Keto Twins said was to let this guy heat up. Like, this was smoking right before I hit play or hit record on the machine. So Anyways, this is screeching hot, but that helps sear the cheese mixture and get that cheese lace and that really crispy, salty bite, which I love. And you want to do that every single time you make your chaffle. So you can use a regular waffle machine, and if you do have one, you can do all four at once, and that's fine too. But this is what the original recipe, I don't know if you can see that smoke going. This is really hot. But I'm just going to do what they do and use the same machine they use. So you're just going to sprinkle in enough that it covers, but it's okay if you still see a little bit of black. If you overfill this, it's just going to ooze cheese down the side, and it's going to get pretty messy. So don't be tempted to put too much in here. You really should be getting at least 4 out of this. So we're going to close the lid, and this guy's going to cook, and I'm going to set my timer for 6 minutes. And because you probably don't want to hear me talk for a full 6 minutes, I'm going to hit pause, and we'll be right back when they're done. So hang tight. And we're back, and my chaffle is out of the waffle iron, and I have cooled it on a wire rack for a couple of minutes. That's definitely important. If you put this flat on a plate, oh, my timer's going off for my next one. If you put this on a plate, it's definitely going to steam, and then you're going to lose that crispiness, which was the whole point in bothering with the xanthan gum and the lupin flour, which, by the way, is available right on Amazon. That's, again, not really a difficult ingredient to get now. So as you can see, this, I don't know if you can hear, but it's very crispy, and it's nice and golden and toasty. So I'm going to take a bite, and then I'm going to try some with some of my high-protein cottage ranch cheese dip that you know that I love. So here we go. Mmm. 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 Oh, you're going to love it. So it's definitely crispy. You can probably hear it in my mic. But I love the Parmesan cheese. So that was just kind of my own thought when I was getting the other cheeses out of the fridge. I thought, oh, I wonder what that would be like with Parmesan too. I think it did help give even more of a crust on the outside. And you can definitely smell, like right now while this one's cooking, maybe you can see the steam coming up. I can really smell the Parmesan plus the garlic from the everything bagel. And the Parmesan made it a little salty too, which I'm never mad about because I'm definitely a salty, crunchy girl. So I'm going to take my handy dandy high protein ranch dip, which is just blended cottage cheese that I've whipped up with some Hidden Valley Ranch powder. This would also be excellent with marinara sauce. So let's see. Oh, Chris, you've got to come try this. This is so good. Chris is being shy today and he's not on camera with me, but that's okay. I have my snack for the afternoon. This is going to have great protein too because all kinds of the cheeses all have protein in them. There's protein from your egg. And it's just, I think, maybe 2 carbs, maybe, if even. The whole batter probably has 2 carbs in it. So especially where it's just the egg white and not the yolk. So anyways, I hope you like this. Let me know a bunch of different ways. We're having chili for supper later, and we're definitely going to be dunking our chili in with these cheesy chaffles. And they're great for a snack. You can take 2 and you can make a sandwich with them. The world is your oyster with chaffles. I've even seen some people stuff ham and cheese in between the chaffle batter and made like a breakfast sandwich. So I hope you enjoy these. Let me know if you try them and hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Bye.